though. 4 Liberators there. That's crazy. But he is actually trying to push, taking a lot of damage on his army.
Yeah, bad attack there by Zess. And speaking of attacks up here in the upper right, the damage is continuing to be dished out. TY doing a fantastic job.
Oh man, this is crazy right now. He's coming in from another angle, trying to pick off these Liberators. He's doing a great job of it. TY being pushed to the brink, having to retreat out of here right now.
Yeah, actually outmaneuvered him back there. One Liberator up here to try to defend. It looks like this 4th base is going to be going down no matter what.
And it looks like he's not done pushing there. The SCV's even having to be pulled, but let's not forget, TY is all over the place. Zest is not even mining right now.
Yeah, look at the minerals here for Zest, guys. It's going up incredibly slowly, like barely at all. And right now, mobility on TY's side. The Nexus gets low. The Nexus goes down. TY is playing brilliantly.
He certainly is, but he's not really mining himself as well. A couple Tempests start to push back these Liberators. That's something he's going to have to deal with. In the meantime, Zest coming back with his Stalkers. He has got to get this all together again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Artosis. It's very low econ for the time being. It's going to be very interesting to see exactly how the rest of this game goes, because there's really almost no more room for error. Okay, now this is interesting. TY sneaking the command center over here to the gold base. He's going to get a lot of minerals from those mules. That's definitely something that might allow him to get a dominant lead.
You know, I gotta agree with you there, Tasteless. This game is so hectic and so difficult. This type of situation where you're barely mining and you're both hurting each other so much, it's hard to scout something like that gold base. So Zest might not even find out about that for quite some time.
It's important to note, guys, they've been on the same number of bases for so long. There's almost no minerals left to mine at any of the original locations they expanded to. So now, one mistake from either player and the game should end.
Now look at this. We actually, is that SCVs? I think, yeah, he's shoveling those over to the gold base. That's really going to help out. In the meantime, Zest going after this base, and there is not enough here to keep it alive.
Okay, he's going to get this base up here, but keep in mind the real story is in the bottom center with the gold base being taken there. This is an expendable location to some extent.
It certainly is. He really cares much more about this gold base, but with this, Zest is going to continue to pressure forward.
Oh my God.
Oh.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
That is a really big deal. In the meantime, Zest is getting his own 4th base, a new location indeed. Some Marines come up to snipe those High Templars. They do all die, though.
That was a great hit, though. He managed to take that out. Again, we're barely seeing any units being produced right now from Zest, whereas TY is starting to eke out ahead. But hold up.
Does Zest know what's going on here? No, it looks like he might not know quite yet.
Now, he might accidentally fly over this while he's going to go to harass.
And it looks like he should be able to find it with this. And as soon as he finds it, this is going to interrupt TY's entire economy.
All right, here we go. Drops coming down here, taking out these SCVs. And that is the end of that expansion, essentially. He should be able to get over there. But in the meantime, TY find enough minerals to get a serious army here. And now it's going to hit the Zest. Zest has to hold off this attack.
He certainly does. Gets that War Prism, gets the High Templars as well. A great moment there for TY. He also has Vikings to help take out these Tempests. And if he does, it's going to be hard to engage onto his army.
Every unit is so important right now. He's continuing to move forward now. Liberators coming in. Tempest both in the yellow here. Liberation zones go down. Protoss on the run.
And it looks like he's going to take out this last Tempest as well. Too many Marauders left in this army. And it looks like TY may be able to take game number 1.
TY is just a few moments away from taking out this base in the center right. The Liberation zones go down. The Stalkers, they blink up, they go around. But I think there's too many Marauders and Marines on the ground.
And that is going to be that for Zest. He came into this match so confident, but game number 1 clearly going to be going to TY.
He's coming up now to this expansion. Probes being evacuated, many more gunned down.
Man, Zest just doesn't have anything right now. He has a couple Nexuses. He's barely mining any minerals. The standing army of TY is simply put too strong. Zest trying to make a miracle happen, but it's pretty far from being a reality.
Yeah, it's 59 supply to 109. That Terran is barely mining anywhere, but I think the real story here is just the raw army that is left over. And this army here from TY, it's too sophisticated, too strong, and with this many medevacs, it's going to be too resilient after every single fight.
You know, Zest right now kind of relying on a tiny amount of units. He has some charge lots in here. Yeah, they're strong, but he is being chased around the map with these Liberators.
And it looks like it's execution time right now. Coming down, all these Stim Marines gunning down the Zealots. They continue to run away, actually landing the Vikings.
And this is just about it, Tasteless. Everything going to be falling here for Zess, and he is just going to have the GG, and this is going to be Zess' second loss to Terran this year.
Pretty insane. TY started it off with a very solid game. So many people saying Zess would dominate, at least in game one. That was not the case.
Certainly it was not. Zess in shock, in disbelief right now. Can't even warp in a stalker.
GG! TY takes game number one.
Some ridiculous play coming out of TY here. He was on point in every single way, and not even the best Protoss in the world could hold him off.
If TY can play like that every game, he is going to win this entire thing. Game one is now done. The two players have gotten some clues on how each other are going to play, what the strengths and weaknesses are. Zess really going to have to reevaluate TY in the late game. TY played much better than Zess, mid-game and late game. It was pretty phenomenal.
Without a doubt, the best macro Terran play that we've seen. Really keeping it all together. You know, Zest ended up doing some damage to him at that fourth base, and that was some great plays, but TY really controlled the flow of that game.
All right, well, that does it for game number one. We're going to go to a short break. When we come back, we'll go on to game number two in tonight's GSL Code S Finals.
아메리카 팀 아이언맨 마블 퓨처 파이트에서 게임으로 즐겨라. 마블 퓨처 파이트 캡틴 아메리카 시빌워 절찬 상영 중.
차 뽑고 정확한 견적 뽑고 금융 혜택도 뽑고 자판기처럼 쉽게 차를 뽑다. 다나와 자동차.
웬열? 와, 어떻게 저렇게 부드럽게 움직이냐? 플렉스볼은 굴곡진 탑선에도 맛집이 있어. 진짜 이처럼 백만 있을 때 플렉스볼 아직도 안 써보잖아. 진짜. 피자통, 떡볶이통, 쌀통통, 옥상통. 대한민국 모든 배달음식 통을 응원합니다. 배달음식이가 인터센트에 커피콩을 키워주는 공부이고요. 바리스타 로스트를 보여요. 돌을 지켜 좋은 커피를 끼게 간다. 바리스타 로스트.
핫식스의 GSL 시즌 1 코드 S.
What up? We're back at the GSL Code S Finals. It has been a fantastic night so far.
I can't believe how good game number 1 was, and
Yeah.
I'm so happy to see TY walk home with that victory.
We've got some interviews here, and the great Sojung's going to get it translated for us.
Well,
Sojung,
I'm-
take it away.
Sorry to interrupt you guys, but I am here to translate interview with Jury, and we have our head coach, HOT Forever for KT Roaster, and we have KT Roaster TY's mother. And KT Roaster TY took the first one, as everyone noticed.
두 선수만큼이나
I
긴장하고
think
있는 두
everyone
분을
will
모시고
be
이야기 나눠보겠습니다. 자, 먼저
nervous
KT
as
롤스터의
all this.
강도경
And
감독님
now we have
나와주십니다.
HOT Forever
안녕하세요.
from
네,
KT
안녕하세요.
Roaster.
강동영 감독입니다.
I think we have the head coach first.
네, 축하드립니다.
Well, congratulations.
KT 롤스터 창단 이후 처음으로
It's
국내 개인 리그
KT
팀킬
Roaster's
결승을
first
만드셨어요.
team kill
소감
ever
어떠세요?
in Korean tournaments.
일단 저는
After
긴장을 안
making this
했고요.
team, and he
저는
says
정말
I'm not
누구보다도
nervous.
게임을 편안하게 보고 있고
I am watching the
그냥
game as
게임을
comfortable as
즐기고
possible.
있습니다.
I'm just
네,
enjoying
그냥
the game.
관객의 입장인 것 같아요.
I'm just like watching as a spectator, I
다행히
think.
즐기고 계신다고 하니까 저도 기분이 좋은데요.
Well, I'm happy
사실
that he's enjoying the
한
game.
달 사이에 스타리그의 김대엽 선수까지 포함하면
Well,
3명이나 국내 개인 리그에
actually three
진출했습니다. 이
people in the
정도면
finals,
우연이라고
including stats.
하기에는
It's
너무
more
잘해요,
than a coincidence for KT
선수들이.
Roaster.
감독님께도 비결이 있을 것
I
같은데
think there
이유가 뭐라고
must be
생각하세요?
something like a secret for KT
저는
Roaster.
비결이
head
아니고요.
coach. And he
선수들이
says,
일단
I'm
뭐
not
열심히
the
하는 게
secret
제일
key,
최고인데 제가 생각할 때는 그냥
the players are
그
practicing
어느
really
팀보다도 연습 열심히 하고
And I think our players are
연습량이
practicing as
곧
hard as,
결과로 나오는 것
as
같아요.
much as many
여기서
other
이제
players in other
감독님의
teams.
리더십이 한층 더 빛나는 게
And
아닌가
I
생각이
think
되는데
we can see
근데 좀 난감하실
leadership
것도
for this
같아요.
head
이렇게
coach.
팀킬 결승이면
And
감독님께서도
I think
좀 그럴 것
he
같은데
must be in a
어떠세요?
really bad place
저는 그런
because
거
of this
없고요.
team
그냥
kill.
재밌게
And he
즐기고
says,
있고
not
사실
really, I'm
결승전은
actually enjoying
이렇게
this.
저는 신경을 안
And
쓴 게
I don't really
그 두
mind
코치들한테 연습
finals.
양만 체크하고
I just,
그
told
외에는
the two coaches
게임적으로는
to
제가
check
신경을 안 썼기
practice,
때문에 너무나 편안한 결승이고 네, 재밌네요.
grades for both players.
선수들에게도 그렇게 표현하셨어요?
네, 선수들에게도
Well, I told both
오늘
players
뭐
to
그냥
just-
끝나고 맛있게 밥 먹자고 그
I just told
얘기하고
both
뭐
players
누가
let's get something
이기던지
good,
재밌는
good to
게임
eat
보여달라고
after
얘기했어요.
the plays
정말
and to show
다행인데요.
the fans entertaining
그런데
games.
이 혹시 의상 이거 뭐예요? 좀
Asking about the dress
반쪽 좀
code.
의미 있는 거예요?
네, 선수를 반씩 응원하는 의미에서
Well, he
옷도
says
반반씩
he's
입고 왔어요.
wearing a half
어쩐지
pink, half white
네,
shirt
센스 있는
in
의상
support-
선택이었습니다.
supporting
자 마지막으로
both
우리
players,
선수들 잘하라고
half and half.
멋진 경기하라고
Two
한마디
face.
해주시죠.
네, 1경기 정말 재밌게 봤고요.
Well, he says, I
정말
watched
같은
entertaining
팀끼리
games
하는데도
and-
이런 재밌는 게임이 나올 수 있다는 걸
And this is the
저도
first time I
꼭
realized
깨달았고요.
that
2경기,
team kill can be
3경기
this
다
fun.
재밌는 게임
I
나왔으면
hope
좋겠습니다.
I-
네, 아무나 화이팅!
I'll be able to watch
아무나
more
화이팅
and
이렇게
more
또
fun
마지막
games
멘트
for the second
해주셨는데요.
and
다시
third
한번
game.
감사드립니다.
And thank you. This was the head coach for KT
자 이렇게
Roaster.
강도경 감독님 만나봤고요. 이어서 만나볼
And now
분입니다.
we
자
have
이거 꼭
the
만나보고
mother
싶었는데요. 두 손 모아
for
간절히 기도하는
KT
마음으로
Roaster
경기를
TY.
지켜보셨습니다. 자 전태양 선수의 어머니께서 나와주셨습니다. 안녕하세요. 감사합니다. 안녕하세요. 네, 어머니 정말 반갑습니다. 이렇게 아들이 멋진 무대의 주인공이 됐어요. 소감 어떠세요?
예, 일단 오늘 이렇게 뜻깊은 자리를 마련해 주신 GSL
Well, thank
관계자
you,
스태프
GSL staff members for
감사드리고요. 또 귀한
preparing
시간
this
내주셔서 응원해 주신 팬들께
precious
진짜
place.
감사드리고
And thank you
또
fans for
태양이한테도
coming here
늘
to support
감사하고
us. And I
있습니다.
thank
네,
TY.
현재 1세트가 진행됐는데
And this is
먼저
the
한
first
세트를
set, and
따냈어요.
TY was
어떻게
able to take the first
보셨어요?
set. Let's see how
너무
she did.
떨려가지고요.
Well, I was
손이
really
막,
nervous,
긴장이 되고
and I'm
차갑고.
just really nervous
그래도
right now.
이겨서
But
너무
still, I'm
감사하고
really happy. I'm
기쁩니다.
thankful and
속마음을
happy
숨길
that he's
수가
won.
없어요.
네, 얼굴에 이렇게 환한 웃음을 보니까 저도 그 마음이
Well, we
느껴지는데
could feel she's
사실
really
꼭
happy right
만나뵙고
now.
싶었습니다. 결승 진출 확정 짓고 나서
Well, after
인터뷰를 할 때
TY
전태양 선수가 10년이나 부모님을 경기장에 초대하지 못했다고 이야기를 했거든요.
I mentioned that he hasn't
그
been
마음
able
누구도
to
잘 아실 것
invite
같은데
his
어떠셨어요?
parents.
사실 태양이는 이제 잘 모르는데
Well,
몰래
TY
보고
doesn't know.
갔었거든요.
Well,
몰래
we came here
보셨었어요?
without telling
왜냐면 이제
TY.
태양이가 이제 부담되고 또
Because
이제
we didn't
이기면
want to pressure
좋은데
TY.
지면 또
And
서로 마음이 안 좋을까봐
And
제가
I
이제
didn't want
몰래
him to
몰래
feel bad
이렇게
when
보고
he
응원하고
loses,
가기도
so
하고
we
그래서 아마
supported him.
몇몇 팬분들은
And I
저
think
좀 보셨을
I
거예요.
think some of the
네.
fans might have seen
그렇게
me.
아드님의 경기를 다 챙겨 보실 정도로 응원을 평소에도 많이 보내주셨는데 이번에 결승 앞두고 나서는 전태양 선수 어떻던가요? 긴장 많이 하던가요?
제가 일부러 부담
I
가질까봐
didn't want
전화도
TY
안
to be
하고
feel pressured, so I
이제
didn't
한
call
며칠
him on
전에 이제
purpose.
속만
And
보냈어요.
I just
이제
talked to him
밥 잘
a few days
먹는지
ago,
잠 잘
he's
잤는지
eating well,
엄마
sleeping
걱정
well.
말라고
And I told
오히려
him
저를
not to
좀
get worried,
다독거려줘서
and he worried for me, looked out for me, so I was
자,
really
10년이나
thankful.
변함없이 이렇게 꾸준한 모습 보여주고 있는 전태양 선수가 드디어 꿈을 이뤘거든요. 부모님 입장에서 참 대견하실 것 같은데 우리 아들 자랑 좀
It's been 10
해주세요.
years, she should be proud of him.
아들 바보 돼도 되는 거예요. 네, 항상 이제 다들 그렇지만
Well,
나이에 비해서 속이 깊고 또
Well,
물론
he's
자기가 힘든
actually
것도 있을 텐데도
Older than he seems,
이렇게
like
경기를 하다 보면
he's
질 때도
actually
많은데도
he
이제
thinks really deep.
항상 저를 먼저
He
가족들을
always
걱정해서
thinks
엄마
of
걱정하지
family
말라고
first,
내가
worries
즐기면서
about our
하니까
family.
걱정하지 말라고 항상
He always tells
먼저
us to not get
그렇게
worried.
배려해주는 아주 든든한
He's a
아들이니까
very
네.
great son.
아, 정말 뿌듯하실 것 같은데요. 마지막으로 전태양 선수 오늘 경기 화이팅하라고 멋진 응원의 메시지 부탁드립니다.
아까 잠깐 보면서 얘기도
Well, I
했는데
talked to him
태양아
briefly.
이렇게
TY,
좋은 자리에 결승 자리에 우리 가족들을
Thank
늘
you.
평상시에 초대해 주겠다고
For-
한 약속을 지켜줘서
thank
너무
you
고맙고
for
너
keeping the promise that
말대로 우리가 항상
for
말했던 대로
inviting
그냥
us to the finals.
그냥 즐기는
We will
경기하고
just
파이팅!
try to enjoy the finals
네.
and fighting.
네, 이렇게 어머니의
luck to
화이팅
TY from his
메시지까지
mom.
들어볼 수 있었는데요. 다시 한번
And
감사드립니다.
thank you for that touching interview.
자, 이렇게
I almost
전태양
teared
선수의
up.
어머니까지
This
만나뵙고요.
was TY's
주성
mom
선수 어머니
and
역시
HOT
현장에
forever,
와서
HOT
응원을 하고
Walters
계신다고
head
합니다. 인터뷰에만
And
응하지
Zest's
못하고
mother is
이
also here,
마음으로는
but
응원을 하고
she's
있다고
not going to
하니까요.
be
이
doing
점
the interview,
꼭 주성
but
선수에게도 전달되길
please understand.
바라겠습니다.
But
자,
she's
이렇게
also supporting,
오늘의 지인
looking out
인터뷰를
for
모두
Zest
마칩니다.
also.
계속해서
And this is
2세트
over for the interview, and I'm going to
시작하겠습니다.
hand it over to you guys.
Thank you. Great job,
And I will
Sojung.
be over. See you guys later.
Yeah, you'll join us later. Thank you. Great work as always, Sojung. We are now going into game number 2. Game number 1 was so sick. If you missed it, definitely check out the VOD.
Oh my God, Game 1 was basically the greatest game of StarCraft 2 that we've seen to date, and I think that we're gonna have to say that time and time again tonight. I've been getting some sick nerd chills, tasteless.
Yeah, man, a lot of people saying Zest was going to dominate here. Not the case so far in game number 1. Again, it's first to 4 wins. Map number 2 is going to be on Orbital Shipyard.
You know, this is the other really great macro map. Very
Yeah.
excited to see it. So easy to take that first expansion and second expansion. So should be just an awesome game once again between these two.
Artosis.
Yes.
Who takes this game? Game 2.
Yeah,
Zest or TY?
Zest.
I'm thinking it's TY actually
You
after
think?
seeing that last
Okay.
game.
You think he's just gonna sweep it or something now?
No, I still think it's going to be close. But let's also remember, in game number 1, Zest took that very fast 4th base. And I like the idea behind the strategy, but I do think it played a little bit too much into the play style of TY. He was able to outmaneuver Zest there, punish, harass, and keep Zest busy on the right side of the map. Let's see how Zest does it now in game number 2. The game's loaded up. This is the GSL Codex Finals. TY versus Zest. In the upper right starting location, winning game number 1. In the bottom left, the greatest Protoss of all time.
Guys, get out there, spread the word. Hashtag GSL on Twitter. This is better than the old days. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Damn
Let's
right.
get it trending. Let's show people the best esport in the world with the best finals in the best tournament with the best tasteless. You're better than all those other tasteless, my friend. You're the best tasteless there is. I wouldn't give you up for any other tasteless. It would take at least 2-3 tasteless to even tempt me.
You're so funny. All right, this map, very similar to the map we had before. in that it does reward players who try to take an expansion early on. Expanding on this map right away is very safe. What we're going to see for both of them so far is they are taking another base. The question is, what direction do they take the game from now? Is Zest going to go for a harass again? Is he going to go for some kind of timing attack? Will TY get a third command center, for instance? And if so, how quickly?
Yeah, it's so hard to say exactly what's going to go down here. We'll see momentarily, though, as the factory on the way here. He has gotten that Reaper for scouting. Zest, of course, with about as fast a Nexus as he's willing to get. Oh, man, this is... I just cannot wait. Here's the thing, like, living in this moment right now and experiencing this firsthand is awesome, but I also wish I could be like Neo from the Matrix and download it all immediately.
Yeah,
like,
experience it all once.
I want it to last forever, and I also want it all right now. What does this even mean?
We saw Quick Adept coming out here, and it's a Robotech right now. Now, Robotech doesn't always tell us everything we need to know. Is he just going to get an observer and try to scout? Will he, in fact, go for a Warp Prism and try to do a harass or a pin technique?
Meanwhile, TY is basically doing the same thing as last game, where he's getting the couple of quick Hellions and a command center. This was a hidden strategy for this tournament.
Yeah, he's kept this under wraps, and we're seeing it. Sometimes you see a new strategy, guys, and you think, okay, well, he's going to use this once to give some false information, some red herrings to his opponent. But apparently not. Apparently TY is showing us a new way to play, and he kept it hidden so well for so long.
Well, that's going to be one of the best ways to try to beat a player of Zest caliber. Now, Zest, in the meantime, this is a very, very, very fast Warp Prism, so we definitely could see some Adept harassment coming out against TY, who's very low on units right now.
Hellions coming up, now block when Reaper gets in as well. Splitting up now, making a beeline to the back base over here. Reaper going down into the main.
This could be an issue. He didn't even have his shades up, but here he comes. He is going to be able to clean this up in the meantime. The Reaper is doing some work in the main base.
He just needs a few more kills for this to pay for itself. Already 5 probes down, 6 now. Reaper still on the loose here in the main of Zest.
Dude, this has been fantastic already. He does finally push everything out, but losing 6 probes right now is brutal.
Yeah, it really is. Now, it's going to be Zest's turn to try to do some harass. He's going to warp in right here at the entrance. Let's see here he tries to drop these units. 3 Stalkers. This also a new age way to harass here right now. I mean, for Protoss, and the Wallen does not go down.
Well, looks like he is going to be able to at least poke into these depots. Of course, we do have this Widowmine burrowing, so that will push him away from the ramp. Wow, some great micro by Zest.
He's going to try to break the entrance. The Widowmine goes down. The depot is going to burn down if he doesn't get SCVs over here to repair it in time.
And don't forget, behind this, we do have that Dark Shrine on the way. It's coming up rather quickly now, and he has the Prism.
He's going for this technical DT bust. Tear down the defenses, and then let the DT swim through into where the SCVs are.
Some amazing harassment from Zest here, really getting that pressure on TY, trying to push forward. He doesn't have a bunker. He doesn't really have anything here, waiting for that siege tank, but he's being kept busy. We have no detection ready.
All right, the Adept is going to go through. He's going to try to bait those crates to go back a little bit further. The DTs are going to warp in, way out of vision right now. He wants to generate the illusion of the Terran actually entering a comfortable moment, hoping he'll drop the mules down. Now the DTs are going to come up into the main. He's got to spread them out. He's got to milk as many scans for his opponent as possible. Every scan is, in a sense, not a mule that Terran is landing.
That's right, but if he can scan and kill a DT each time, it is going to be worth it. We'll see how little damage he can take, and in fact, there's another scan go down, but there's a DT in his back natural.
He's got to target down these SCVs. He's been chasing that Marine.
All right, going after as much as he can. He's killing a lot of Marines here, actually, but beautiful micro with this Warp Prism, picking it up. We do have right now turrets on the way.
He's going to bust in. He's going for the tank right now. The tank will go down.
All right, a lot of damage coming out of Zest.
GG! Wow. Zest with a technical bust evens us out to 1-1.
That was a nice quick victory there from Zest. Didn't want to screw around that time. TY got an early advantage, but was a little bit too greedy back at home.
Zest handling that absolutely perfectly.
Yeah.
Got over there, and just started to take out the depots at the entrance. Now, when you look at something like that, from the Terran standpoint, you might think it's going to be Stalkers and Adepts. Let's not forget what the Warp Prism was used for in Game 1. He comes up there, does that damage, then targets down the depots, and manages to juggle the DTs into different positions to where it's ultimately checkmate. And there's just nothing that TY could do to stop it.
Indeed, there was not. That was great play by Zest as well. Let's not forget, he was being heavily harassed, lost 6 probes to TY's early push, which also scouted basically what's going on. Didn't throw down that Dark Shrine until after everything was removed, but he instantly threw it down to have it as quickly as possible to get some counter damage done.
All right, we are now going into Game 3 on the map Cryon Terraces. Still tied up 1-1 right now. The first of 4 wins is going to be the GSL Code S champion.
Oh man, tied up 1-1. This is awesome. It's kind of down to a best of 5 right now. Everything is wiped clean. Everything is even. And this is sure to be exciting going forward.
Remember, in a best of 7, each game you're getting a little bit more information about your player, your opponent, excuse me. You're learning their play style, you're learning how to counter them, so that ultimately when it gets to the latter part, you have assembled the right builds, the right strategy, with the right execution to actually take them out. We're seeing that process beginning here now, and it's only going to get more intense as we go on to the map number 3.
Certainly it will. Now, Cryon Terrace is kind of a crazy map. A lot of gold bases here. How is that going to change their strategies? We're about to see.
Yes, that's right. And it looks like game number 3 is loaded up. This is TY versus Zesk in a battle to become the champion of the GSL Code S. Hey, it's Flash. You see him? He was walking right through the audience. Cool. All right, guys, let's go. Game number 3. In the upper left, in the red, our Terran player, he is. In the bottom right, in the blue, our Protoss player, the greatest of all time. He is. So we see some signs in the audience, a lot of people comparing Zest to AlphaGo, the supercomputer that beat the best Go player.
That's right.
Alpha Z.
Well,
so,
Faceless, I gotta just to kind of like rally the troops once again. I'm not gonna shut up about this. Get out there, hashtag GSL. Let's get it trending, get more people in here so they can realize that our esport is better than theirs.
And we're not stopping until all the other esports go away. And real sports too. All right, guys. In order to talk about this game, we have to talk about the map. Because this map is very different from other maps. You start out with a gold base at your natural, as well as other gold bases in other locations on the map, which means you have a massive increase in the amount of minerals that are coming in, which allow you to have many different styles of play. So let's watch carefully and see how these 2 players do this. Also, generally speaking, if one player gets a second gold base up and holds it, the other player can't, that's checkmate.
Yeah, they give so many minerals for fewer workers, so it speeds up absolutely everything about your game. It's a lot about the macro, a lot about the precision of taking and holding these gold bases. So we already see a little bit of a difference from TY just going for a barracks into command center before any gases. And look at this, the engineering bay block. This is something TY absolutely loves.
We got to talk about this, Artosis. That is, it makes mining from that location much less comfortable. And of course, the Terran never finishes the eBay. So this is one way to just make sure that for TY's sake, he's mining his gold base more efficiently than Zest is.
That's right. And you know what else it does is it keeps all pressure off of him. You have to have units at home to deal with this. This is one of TY's #1 strategies right now in this matchup. It really keeps units at home, gives them a lot of intel as to what's going on. And as you see, look at this mining, really inefficient.
Yeah, exactly. And he's going to cancel this in the very last second.
Just to make it clear, he's losing more mining time there with those probes than the lost minerals here. But TY has to spend it earlier, so that's kind of the trade-off there.
Yeah, and that might look weird to some of you guys who do not watch StarCraft avidly, but that is effective, and that's actually techniques like that have been used all the way back into like the very, very early days of Brood War, where people just figured out like if you could even make their workers not mine in a straight line to some extent, especially in a gold base in this case, it's going to be worth it.
Indeed, indeed. Right now we do have Zest looking like he might take a third, but TY's SCV is sitting there waiting exactly to scout this. Okay, he sees the probe. This should throw him off that Zest is taking a very fast third gold base.
Now, because Zest is taking a fast third gold base, TY is forced to respond.
Whoa. Armory on the way.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that.
That is not for +2 attack, Tasteless.
Well, let's see what kind of timing he's going to have here.
I'm excited to see what it's going to be.
Clearly, obviously, like I was saying before.
Oh, a Thor!
What?
TY is actually rushing to a Thor right now.
Okay. This is cool.
Okay.
Let's see what kind of attack this is going to be. It looks like this should be geared up to hit that third. If he takes out the third, Zest is successfully punished.
Yeah.
Now, Zest is getting a Warp Prism, by the way, so he's going to be interested in going around and harassing, but he may be forced out of that option once TY starts his aggression right away.
You know, Tasteless, I'm very interested in this Thor play. He is getting a medevac for it, but Blink is just about to finish, and Blink is a pretty good counter to
This build seems like a bit of an anachronism. It's like we used to see plays sort of like this earlier, like in Wings of Liberty or even like the beta, but now we're seeing something like that being used here. Now, at the same time, Zest, unaware of what's happening, is going for his own build. He wants to do a Blink harass. I guess we're going to have to find out if TY can hold off some aggression of his own before he gets to be aggressive and try to hit Zest where it hurts.
Well, you know what? Oh, this Prism a little bit out of position there, but we'll be able to pick off some of these, and the Thor comes down. Zest has to be caught slightly off guard right now, but you know what? This does a lot of damage to Stalkers, so it's doing a good job of pushing them back.
Now remember, with Blink, if he guns down the Thor while it's being held by the medevac, this is going to be turned on its head. We also have a Liberator coming in here right now, blinking, going back and forth right now for Zest. Looks like he's trying to gun down that Warp Prism.
Some great micro here by TY right now, but Zest blinking back fantastically. The Thor putting out huge amounts of damage, and a Liberator harassing at the same time.
Yeah, the Liberator doing its job correctly, keeping the Protoss not mining as efficiently as he would want to. Now he's going to have to get back here. This Thor has to keep the medevac covered at all costs. He's going to try to come up here and get the medevac. Oh my God! Brilliant play there by TY. To actually get that to escape is huge.
And he is still harassing this entire time against someone who opened Blink Stalkers. His Liberators are dealing insane damage, and this Thor with 7 Stalker kills.
That's right, and now it's back up to full HP and ready to move out again. But keep in mind, Zest still has that third base. TY does not. TY cannot simply hold off the Stalkers in the middle of the map. He has to get down there and take that expansion out.
Well, you know what? That is exactly what he's gearing up to do. No third command center for TY. He is not screwing around. He is going to be doing a gigantic push coming up here.
Yeah, well, it's now or never. This map normally sorts itself out by mid-game, and we are getting right about to that point. Essentially, Zest has to simply survive an attack from TY, and ideally keep TY off at third base. Whereas TY, simply put, has to end this.
All right.
He has to go in and kill something and, you know, change the economic situation here for Zest.
You know, I've loved what TY has done so far this game, but with how quickly this third gold base went online for Zest, his production right now, just the pure amount of adepts that he is making, makes me find this a little bit difficult for TY to end up taking.
All right, TY coming in here now. 2 Immortals covered by the Sentry. Blinking forward now, doing a lot of damage. SCVs have been pulled to try to reinforce this attack. Zest begins to back up upon seeing the SCVs, realizing all he has to do is hold. He might as well warp in a few more times, maybe get that next Immortal to come out.
That's right. Look at that, targeting both the Immortals, getting those shields off a cooldown. TY is ready for this. Hellbat's even included into this army, and here we go.
He's coming in now. A very good arc around the Terran army. Zest beginning to tear through. No real option for retreat as Zest has crushed TY. GG. Game number 3 goes to Zest, now keeping a 2-1 lead.
All right, kind of a funny game right there. I think the TY looked at that map and decided to do something a little bit crazy, a little bit out there. We haven't seen Thor drops in professional matches in years.
And I don't think we're going to see one again tonight after results like that. The idea was there, it was very cool, but it seems like the opener Zest had, he was equipped to deal with it. He had Blink, he managed to micro the Stalkers in and out of the Warp Prism, and just keep control. And like we were saying before, you know, if somebody has the gold base for too long, they get such a bigger army, it no longer matters about tactics, it simply boils down to math.
Well, you know what, the whole Thor thing, like if he had gone for any other build, maybe this works out for TY. You know, he might have just been gambling like, okay, maybe you go for like Oracle or something, I should be able to slay you. But doesn't work out, that's okay. 2-1 in Zest's favor. But in the one macro game we saw, TY was the victor.
Yeah, I think he just needs to go to late game if he's going to win. We're going to see. We're going to go to game number 4 here in the GSL Code S Finals after this short break. Stay tuned.
에너지 음료 핫식스는 GSL과 함께합니다.
And we're back at the GSL CODES Finals. It has been an amazing night so far. Shortly, we'll be going on to our fourth map, Sky Shields.
Indeed we will. We have, the two big macro maps out of the way. We have Prime Terraces, the craziest map in the pool, out of the way. Sky Shield. I like this one for TY, Tasteless.
Yeah, I think he could do a very good job. We're going to have an interview coming up here that is going to be translated by Sojung. I think we're going to be going to that shortly. But again, guys, tell your friends to tune in and join us here for what has so far been one of the best finals, if not the best finals we've ever seen.
And we have two of the best turns ever in StarCraft history. We have Nada and Flash.
Bow down, nerds!
Bow down before your gods. Babylon.
We have the Godfather. It's very, very cool and crazy. I'm sorry, I couldn't find the right word. But let's see what they've got to say.
요새 좀 자주 찾아뵙고 있지만 지금은 아프리카에서 BJ로 열심히 활동 중인 전 프로게이머 이영호입니다.
Ex-pro gamer, currently broadcasting jockey at AfreecaTV Flash.
네, 안녕하세요. 천재 테란 이윤열입니다.
Hey guys, I am Nada.
Yes, he is.
You better believe he's not a Sojung.
I forgot his nickname. I'm sorry, guys. Genie's turn. Genie's turn. I'm sorry, guys. Well, anyways, let's see
응원하러 오셨는지
who
무척
is supporting
궁금한데 누구
who.
응원하세요?
일단은 두 선수 모두 팍스 팀
Well,
소속
they are
출신이거든요.
both
그래서
from
저는
Fox. We made
주성우
Fox.
선수가 팀을 들어올 때
Well,
저는 팀을 나간 상태였고
I was out of the team when Zez made in. When TY came in, I was actually in the team ever since when he came in. So I am supporting TY.
사진들을 보니까
Well,
마치
after seeing the
동생 데리고
photos,
다니듯이
Nada
그렇게
has
친한
been
사진들도 많이 볼 수가
treating TY like a
있었어요.
real little
어떤
brother.
의미인지 궁금한데 전태양 선수.
일단 사진은 놀러 갔을 때 이렇게
Well,
그냥
it
같이 손
was like a
잡았던
photo,
사진이고
you know, we
태양이가
were
이제
just
팀에
holding
처음
hands
들어왔을
together
때
when he came into the
마우스가 본인한테 너무 커가지고
team house
마우스를
came to
제대로 못
team house
잡았던
first.
기억이 납니다. 그만큼
His hands
굉장히
were too
어린
small
나이에
that he
팀에
couldn't even grab the
들어와서
mouse properly. So
굉장히 힘든
he was
시절을
really young at that
보내오면서
age. So
이렇게 결승
anyways, now that
무대까지
he's in the
올라온
finals
게
now,
정말 선배로서 되게 뿌듯하고
I just feel really
오늘
proud
꼭
as a 선배,
이런
as the older
2대1
bro
상황에서
in a career.
긴장하지 말고
And
잘해서
I hope he
역전에
doesn't get
성공해서
nervous in
우승했으면
a
좋겠습니다.
2-1 situation,
같이
and I hope
긴장하고
he
계신 것
wins.
같아요.
I think he's nervous right now.
그렇군요. 자,
And now moving
이용호
on to
선수는
Flash.
참 난감하실 것 같아요.
I think he is
어떤
placed in a tight
선수를
spot. You know,
응원해야
I don't know who
하나
he is
참 난감하실 것 같은데
supporting for.
어떠세요?
예, 저는 진짜 난감한 입장이고
I am actually in a really
사실
tight
두
spot
친구
right
다
now.
저하고는 되게 친한
They are
친구여서
both
누가
really close
이기든
friends. I don't really.
멋진
I think
경기로 했으면
they
좋겠고요.
will
또
pay
이긴
back with a really cool
친구한테는
game.
축하를 해주고 싶고
And I
또
want
진
to
친구는
congratulate the
지금이
person who
마지막이
wins.
아닌 이게
And
시작이라는
you know,
말 해주고
the person
싶어요.
who loses,
예.
I want to tell them this is not the last.
전태양 선수에 대한 이야기는 많이 들었기 때문에 그러면 이번에는
Let's
주성
see what
선수에
he's
대한
got to
이야기를
say for this because we
부탁드려볼게요.
heard a lot
예.
from
평소에 어땠나요?
TY.
주성 선수?
성욱이 굉장히 같은 팀일 때 듬직하고
Well,
애가
Zest,
정직하고
he's a
해서
reliable person.
항상 게임적으로도 성실한
And
친구라서
game-wise, he's
우승
really
잘하고 항상
he's
많이
very
할 줄
consistent.
알았고요. 저는
I knew he would do
걱정이
really
없는
well. I
친구인
don't
것
have
같아요.
I don't
반대로
have any worries against
태양이는
him.
사실
But
좀
TY on the
걱정이
other
많이 되는
hand, I have a
친구라서
lot of
게임
worries
보면서도
against him.
잘했으면 좋겠고
So I
그런데
just as I watch him
두
play, I
친구 다
want him to
진짜
play
마지막
well.
세트까지 와서
And
진짜
I
멋있게
just
싸웠으면
want
좋겠어요.
I want to see them
선수에
go
대한 애정이
until
드러나는데
the
오늘
last
그런데
part of the
영상
game.
보니까
Until
이용호
set
선수의
seven.
이제 빈자리를 채우는
And
이 에이스
TY
자리를 놓고
is,
내가
they're
에이스다
both
이렇게
actually
이야기를
trying to fill
하더라고요.
the A spot for KT Roaster. Let's see how he feels about
지금
that.
저 없이도 KT가 너무 잘하고
Well,
있어서
KT
제가 다
Roaster is doing
뿌듯하고요.
well
두
without me,
친구
so I
다
feel very proud of them.
누가 됐든
And
각자 각 종족에서 에이스 자리 잘 해줬으면
And I
좋겠고
think
지금 너무
I
잘하고
hope they will do
있어서
well
네, 너무 좋아요.
without me.
네, 이렇게 두
As a Protoss and
분의
as a Terran.
표정에서도 이 응원하는 마음이 잘 느껴져서
Well, we could feel the
저
support
기분이 함께 또 좋은데요.
from
자, 이 두
Flash.
선수 열심히 하라고 멋진 응원의 메시지까지 마지막으로 들어보도록 하겠습니다. 이번에
see
먼저
what they've got.
부탁드릴게요.
what
예,
they've got to
오늘
say.
저도 진짜 간만에 스타트 경기 이렇게
Well,
와서
it's
또
been a long time
보는데
since
너무
I've been watching
재미있어서 너무
StarCraft 2.
좋고요.
It's really
이런
fun to
멋진
watch.
경기
It's very entertaining.
또
It's
나머지
very.
남은 세트에서도
I'm
보여줬으면
enjoying it.
좋겠고
I hope to see
오늘
more fun stuff to come.
정말
And
누가 우승을 하든 잘했으면
whoever
좋겠어요.
wins, I just-
파이팅!
네,
I just want them to win.
감사합니다. 자, 지금 긴장되는 마음으로 준비하고 있을 거예요.
I
마지막으로
think they're
응원의
both
메시지.
will be in a nervous
네,
state
두
right
선수
now. The
모두
both
좋은
players.
경기 했으면
And
좋겠고요.
I hope they will show us
전태양,
great
파이팅!
games. TY fighting.
감사합니다.
And
이렇게
this
힘찬
was
메시지까지
interview
들어봤는데요.
from
본격적으로
Nara and
4세트 경기
Flash.
바로
And now I'm going to
시작하겠습니다.
hand it over back to you guys, and I will be back later.
Thank
Bye,
you
guys.
so much, Sojung. I gotta say, Tasteless, even if Zest was their brothers, they would be rooting for TY because the bonds of race are thicker than the bonds of blood, and Zest is nothing but a dirty Protoss to those two Terran gods.
Some Protoss scum over here. All right, guys, we are now going to be going into game number 4, and depending on the results, we're either going to have it 2-2 and tie it up, or we're going to have Zest with a tremendous lead.
Yes.
And TY is going to have the comeback of the century.
This
He's
is
going to win this. So this is a critical game.
It is a super important game here for TY, and you know what? Sky Shield favors Terran in this matchup. So if he falls here, you got to start losing a little bit of hope for the guy.
So far, it seems like TY is stronger in the late game when he has all the pieces put together. When the puzzle's complete, he comes out on top. But Zest is too fast, too quick, too smart in the early game. So let's keep that in mind and see exactly how they open, how they play, and how they manage to, if they can, stay into the late game.
I would say almost without doubt, if Zest is going to show some Stargate play, this is going to be a great map for it.
I agree.
It's something he doesn't use that often, but I think he could get cheeky here, Tasteless. I think he wants to end this one early.
If he wins here, that lead is going to be huge, and Zest has a lot of room to experiment to close it out. All right, guys, we're about halfway through tonight. This is game number 4, TY versus Zest in the GSL Code S Finals. In the bottom right, in the red, our Terran player.
Might be going for a proxy. That was a pretty early SCB leaving the base.
Yeah, I think you're right. His opponent in the upper left in the blue, our Protoss player.
Might be going for a scout. That's a very normal time for a probe to leave the base. Guys, get out there, hashtag GSL.
Spread
Let
the word.
nerds know, because we have no idea how much longer this is going to last.
He got the plant! He got the plant! All right, so he's putting that there. This is different from the eBay that we saw in game number 3. He's putting that there so that the Nexus can't be made.
This is so annoying for a Protoss player.
He puts a second one down here.
Oh my God,
You
indeed.
are not going to get a Nexus anytime soon.
And now they have to go after that SCV once again. He's buying a lot of time here. Zest forced into a Zealot, forced into a second pylon. Very, very slow Nexus, much slower than what Zest had wanted.
Yeah, already TY taking the reins and getting control of this game. He may even try to hop on once again. He's trying to just buy every second possible. And he does go for the cancel and backs up.
And
but
now
TY taking control of this game, and a command center already started here on the low ground.
Indeed, and Zest doesn't even have money at that point to actually make his Nexus, so has to wait a little bit longer. TY doesn't waste any more time trying to delay that. And now he's got this kind of useless Zealot. It's not like a unit that you want early on in a Protoss vs. Terran.
Yeah, so he's already taken control, and he's forced him into a very uncomfortable spot. And now we're going to have to see what kind of game Zest wants to play, because I can tell you guys 100%, this is not the build he practiced.
No.
So it's going to be him thinking on his feet here. Everything for TY going according to plan.
Yeah, he's improvising.